Thanksgiving. Epic Games. This item shop of yours. Epic Games. This item shop of yours. Epic Games. Epic Games. Epic Games. Oop. Damn, that's a lot of damage. Huh. Well, anyways, I don't know, today was interesting. It was Thanksgiving. I know it's different in America. Like, in America, Thanksgiving happens at a different time. But over here in Canada, it happened today. Little Slime. Not surprised you. That's the first thing you'd say. Hello, Marcel. Thanksgiving was pretty peak, though. I think I enjoyed it way more than I ever did. I sat on the couch instead of going into my room like I was planning to, and I just hanged out with my grandpa. It was peak. Hanged out, and I watched baseball with my grandpa. I watched it, and then he joined in with me. The baseball game was pretty good. It was Mariners versus Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays lost. It was 10-3. Again, Blue Jays got only 3 runs, and then Mariners got 10. I bet on the Mariners to win, so my grandpa owes me $5 because I bet against him and I won. So that was pretty funny. I won. The Blue Jays lost, so I get $5. I double my money. But besides that, I actually was just a lot of thinking recently, and I haven't been able to sit down and stream because I've been just busy. Busy as in like not like work, but I'm talking like lazy, I guess. Lazy and going between places, my dad's and my grandpa's. But I did want to stream because it's like, oh, that's actually pretty good. Because it's like, I had some things I wanted to talk about. Some interesting things that had been on my mind for a couple of days. Well, under the sense of like, for me, they were small, very small personal breakthroughs through a lot of things. Like, and a lot of it, like, I want to say, I actually have been talking to my father way more than usual. Like, keep in mind, I never used to see my dad, like, sometimes every month, once a month, if I felt like it. Because I had some things going on, and I decided that one day I decided to go see my dad and try to change everything, and that worked out. I love my dad. I told my dad a lot that I wish I got. I told him when I needed it, when we needed each other. I wish we were there, but now I have my father in my life, and it's like he's more there. I love my dad, but through spending the time at my dad's, where it's like at my grandpa's, I would still have my iPad, so I'd even have contact with friends, and I would call my friends at my grandpa's, but still, I would have sanctuary away from where I live right now, here at my mother's, where there was no gaming. It would just be sometimes a drop-in call or VC, maybe. But at my dad's, I barely contact anybody from the outside. Only people I talked to was my dad and my stepmom. Oh, I gotta love the music. But it's like, that's really the only people I talk to, and it's like, I mean this in the nicest way possible. Like, I need space. Actually, I take back what I said. I don't think, even me saying that, that should be just a boundary that I think everybody should have. It's okay to take time for yourself, and it's okay to have space. I don't feel where it's like now at this point in time, I'm grown older, so I realize some of the errors in my ways back in the day. But now I realize I want my own space sometimes. And there's no like ill will or any bad intentions if I just leave. If I just don't message, if I don't call, if I like don't even contact you for like a couple weeks. It's like, dude, like I'm getting busier. That's not an excuse, but that's just a factor. Um, Sometimes I just want to lay here, and as I grow older, I realize I become less sociable. And although I want to be, I'm also kind of content with not being too social. I'm kind of happy with the way I am um, right now, in this point in time. And it's like, in doing so, in taking time to figure out a lot more things, and no matter what I will do in my life, I realize this is a factor, and to some people this might be soul crushing, but to me personally, I took it as a, oh, would you look at that awe moment. I found out, you know, through just sources and some psychology videos I've been watching, and just in general, that no matter what you do, you will never 100% like find yourself. Like in the sense of like you're gonna always change. You're gonna always change. You will always change, no matter what you want, like how you like it. You will like somehow change in some way, and there's no way you can stop it. So, you know, finding that out, I was like, oh, when I say I'm trying to find myself, it's not only kind of an impossible goal. It kept me going, yeah, but still, it was an impossible goal. But it's also kind of unrealistic. Um, I need to live in the moment, and I need to find out and really find my bearings. Like, what do I mean by find myself? Like, do I just want to change something that's making me unhappy? Yes, that's really it. Change something that makes me unhappy, and to find out why, and also to find what I can do to raise my spirits. Because like dog, like subconsciously, people raise my spirits, really increase my morale. But it's like the only person that can really like save me from like the small spouts of depression I had is me, regardless of what anyone says. Um, yeah, that's really a big boom. Regardless, you kind of got to save yourself in today's world. There's some people out there that believe someone will save them, and I don't want I don't want this to be soul crushing. I want this to be like a general understanding, and I hope everybody learns this one thing: nobody's coming back to save you. Not that they don't want to, like literally, not that they don't want to. No, it's not like they're leaving you for dead. It's like, dude, sometimes people don't even know what's going on with you. And it's like, you really need to understand that to improve your health, you need to do it and take the steps. That's something I figured out. So yeah. There's just a little insight for you. There it is. God, I haven't heard this boss battle in a while. Swag. Besides that, I guess oh, I do realize. Oh yeah, I forgot how this boss battle worked. You're supposed to get rid of all of his goons first. Let's see. I gotta make him happy. Swag. I think. Huh. I'm trying to put my like thoughts into words, although I don't really think I can. I don't really know what to say, so I'm just gonna say I hope everybody's doing well. Shit. I enjoy these streams. Like I said one stream ago, I did say these are like sometimes these are like little journal entries for me. But live, like people get to hear me pour my heart out in some senses to just help, hopefully help grow, offer some perspectives, which is pretty cool. Yeah, man. I don't know. I thought of these these streams as a new perspective for everybody, and it's like sometimes I look back on these very fondly, or really sense my growth, and it's really nice. But yeah, I was just thinking about that a while ago. I guess I could say I was thinking about it a while ago. Kind of interesting for me, because I think about it as like not much that stream specifically, yeah, stream. They don't really like see this as like the way I do it, which is fine, because it's like I don't think a lot of people would want to do this. But for me personally, the way I see this is like, once again, it's like a little journal entry for the world to see. But I also like to use it as a beacon of hope, if you will. Oh my god, he whiffed. Anyways, I'm back. My mom came in. I wanted to give her a hug, so I did. For real though. I was gonna say something, but I don't know. I don't want to drag down the mood, bro. Like, I'm actually pretty happy. Then I realize right now the topics that I chose specifically to talk about for this stream is like, they're not really big happy ones. Although right now I feel pretty oh damn, Hero's dead. Although I feel pretty happy right now, bro. It's like I feel like I'm pretty up there in the sense of like morale. Because it's like, oh, how was that? No, that's fair, that's fair. I understand. But for real, it's like, I don't know. I guess I can get down to it. For me, I think there's something not much people might have had to experience, which is really good. I'm actually very happy if nobody's ever had to experience it. And I found out like a while ago, and something I've been wanting to talk about in some senses is in some senses, the weight that I carry, not physically, you jackass, the weight I carry isn't like physical. It's a different kind. It's the weight is light. Not like weight like heavy and light. I'm talking like light and dark type shit. I realize in a lot of senses there's a lot of times where some might need something positive. I was usually there to give that. The way that I carried was light in the most situations. Even when like a lot of things were going down, regardless, I still managed to keep my head up high and go back to help. Even when there was times where people didn't want to carry on themselves, I still did go back, and I got pretty a very nice word said to me a while ago on how just me going back to help regardless of my issues, it inspired others to also be more empathetic and more open to helping people, which is really cool. So that opened my perspective. It's crazy, dog. It's crazy. Like, I didn't think about that for a while, but what was I gonna say? I unironically inspired myself, which is insane for me to say. Unironically inspired myself. It was like insane for me to say, because it's like, you know, usually you get inspired by external sources, like say your favorite artist or your favorite musician, some political leader, if you will. Nah, man. I inspired myself because of everything I've been told that I've done. No, I didn't mean to trip him. No, it's so over. Everybody's dead. Yeah, it's over. Aubrey's gonna die? No? Okay. Anyways, yeah. Sorry. I actually just like went and did a goofy mix-up, so that sucks. But anyways, I still feel that regardless of what anyone would say, I still felt that yeah, my weight was light. It was being positive in the darker parts of life. It was the weight of light that really stressed me out personally. I'm not saying this like to. I don't want anyone to pity me or anything, but I just this was like a sudden breakthrough for me. That it was like you know, to figure out, oh shit, you know, through everything, I think I stressed out the most over having the weight of light to be positive when others didn't want to, or didn't want to, but when others couldn't be, when they had things going on. And it's like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Even though there was a couple of times when I did slip and when I did fall, the least I can offer people, like even when I was like, when I was going, even when I went through a lot of things, regardless of like anything like that happened, even if I did slip and fall and I couldn't carry the said light and the torch to guide people and to help out, the least I could do was promise sanctuary. In the sense of like, in the world right now, you probably have a lot of people that you cannot open up to, or you don't feel like you can open up to, or there's a lot of people you don't want to share your interests with. A lot of people like to judge, and it's like the sanctuary I offer had none of that. Like every time like somebody would open their mouth to say something they like were absolutely passionate about, I would not only listen to them, but I would get in on that. Where it's like you talk to your friends about something they love, and it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And it's like, bro, no, I want to learn more. Tell me more. Why do you like it? Why does it inspire you? That's the kind of guy I am. That's something I could like that I offered regardless. So that's it's pretty nice. Long boss battle. I don't remember Jocelyn taking this long. Wow, good one, Amori. Anyways. So later tonight, I plan on studying. This might be a shorter stream, or I'm gonna stay up later and study more. I realized I love psychology so much. Just even taking the class, even though I might not know as much because I haven't, to be honest, I didn't study a lot of it. Like, what do we have so far? 3 chapters, and I read like 4 pages because it's a long textbook. Not an excuse, but it is the facts. Long textbook, and I didn't read any because I was too lazy, or I didn't read it because I was generally going through it, and I was like, I just can't. Or not that I can't, I don't want to. I shouldn't say. Saying I can't is like I don't have a choice, but saying I don't want to, for me, was a choice. I could have probably plugged away through it. I probably could have. But at this point in time, I was okay. I was kind of content with falling. And also, fun fact, I was just a little late to starting. I was supposed to start at 6, this stream. But the stream was I was thinking between 2 titles. The 2 titles I was thinking it was this one. I eventually settled on this one. Or not titles, I'd say subjects I wanted to cover regarding my life. The other one was the contentness in falling, or something like that, or the comfort in falling. Something like that, and I wanted to cover that, but that's another stream. I was like really scared of falling again, and really spiraling, depression and everything, all that. But I didn't. Not too bad, at least. So, that was nice. I'm not oh well. When I say this, I don't want anyone to worry. I'm not like I'm not okay, but it's not like I'm depressed or sad or anything. But it's like I'm figuring things out. Like I'm okay, also not. I think I'm just neutral. I think I'm okay with that, which kind of just defeats the purpose when I said I'm not okay. But I'm okay, in the sense of like a new perspective. Whereas like I don't know, it was just what my dad said to me that really helped me think things out. And my dad said like, oh yeah, you're using your psychology right now, just by, or what you're studying right now, just by talking about it, just by thinking about it. Like, you're so right. This is why I'm taking psych. I really like psychology, and this is why I'm taking it. That's why I'm taking psychology. It's like, yeah, the way you're talking right now, the way you're taking it, you really, I think you found your place. And I was like, yeah, maybe I just need time. And it really just settled in. I think I had the comfort in falling, regardless of like if I pass or if I fail, I wouldn't be too bummed out about it, because I'm a first year, not an excuse, it's a fact. I'm a first year and I'm still figuring things out, but I'm also a lazy ass coming from high school, so I wouldn't be surprised, if I do fail or all that. And I'm content with either. I've learned to not fear it, because I've heard stories from teachers who were like, oh yeah, don't expect this and that, you might fail. it's not, I don't want to say that. Like, I don't want to make my teachers sound bad, like my past teachers. But it's like, dude, I get it now. All the pieces are, all the pieces are coming together. Do I not have a? Oh, I don't. No air horn. So yeah. For real, man. For real, for real, for real this time. Make him sad. Oh shit, it's supposed to heal over. Oh, we're good. But it's like, I don't know. A lot of things. Oh, he's dead. I got content with, now that I'm a little more grown. As in, like, I'm more content with, like, a lot of things. I'm gonna flat out break the fourth wall here. I could imagine these streams are not, like, as interesting anymore. But I'm also content with that, because I think a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people, I'm going to say some might have been, like, more happy, not happy, but more comfort, a little bit more feeling, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, but I feel like a lot of people were here, not, like, I'm not saying, like, they're plotting my downfall type shit, no, but I'm talking, like, I'm a flat out say, I feel like a lot of people that came here related to everything I said, really emphasized with what I said. But not only that, they found, you know, with the stories I shared, a lot of people found that, you know, it's okay to go through things. But for me personally now, that I'm, like, a lot more down to earth, but also, like, content with pulling away if I need to, I feel a lot might not come around much anymore, or people are getting busy. I don't assume things. I don't want to be that jackass. A lot of people are getting busy with their lives, and so am I. And I'm content with not, like, I'm just saying this from like a heavy quotes here, a creator, like a content or whatever the fuck you want to classify me as. I just make the videos. I just do the streams for fun. I just do it because I want to. But it's like, you know, a lot might be worrying like, oh no, my numbers are going down. Not much people are watching, not much people are liking, but it's like, bro, I'm kind of happy with that, because it's like, you know, if people don't want to watch, or people aren't watching, then it's like they're doing something, like, with their, like, they're doing something that they really want to do. Like, example, would be like gaming with their friends, or doing something at school, and it's like, I'd rather have, like, other success than viewers, to be honest. So it's like, I don't know. I was thinking about that. You know, it doesn't bother me anymore. Like, I used to think about it, like, a while ago when I first started these streams. Like, subconsciously, I thought about it. But it's like, now I don't, not that I don't care, but it's like, I don't mind it. So it's like, I don't know. I just wanted to share that. I'm pretty content with a lot of things now, and it's like, I can't thank a lot of people enough for stopping by, because at these points, the reason I do the slash in every subject I do, oh my, hello, welcome, is that, yo, pause, is that, hold on, wait a minute. Yo, that's crazy. Minx? Holy shit, wait. Pause, wait, pause. Yo. Oh my god, hello. I am more. Yeah, that's Minx. Hello, Minx. I was just talking about some stuff. Hope you guys been well. Man. Ah, that's crazy. Sorry. It's been a minute. Shit. Hello. I'm just talking about the usual. But I think from some points, whereas, like, I think how I describe this now, my friend has opened up, one of my friends named, his name's Eli, opened a perspective, gave me a new perspective on a lot of things, or some things that I do, in a sense of, I did start, well, for like 3 years ago now, I did this thing where I did a playlist every year. Now it turned to months, um, but I used to do it every year. Um, but anyways, he's like, dude, this is awesome. This is a new way of journaling. Hope you've been doing well, by the way, Mix. But yeah, it's like a new version of journaling. I was like, I never thought about it like that. Journaling, me, like, yeah, I have a journal. I write in there every once in a blue moon. But he's like, yeah, it's like journaling. It's cool. So I've never thought about it like that. And that made me really ponder. Um, it really made me ponder the question a lot of things that I did in a healthy way. And it's like ever since then, I realize these streams for me are more than for just just playing one of my favorite video games of all time, Subtle Flex. But it's like besides that, it's like, dude, it's like this is literally just like live journaling. It's like for the most part, besides chat, even when no one's around, I just talk to myself. So it's like, regardless of anyone being here, I still just talk to myself or even discuss it. I talk like I'm talking to an audience, even when no one's here. I just talk like I'm like to an audience, even when nobody's here, or I think no one's here, or a presence is unknown. I still just talk. For the most part, I want to say there's definitely times where I do go quiet, trying to think of a way to keep it up. But I do like realize now that this is just another version of journaling. For me, this is just live, bro. Like Saturday Night live journaling. It's like, bro, it's just crazy because it's like everything I talk about, or like things I've heavily questioned, heavily went through, or heavily like, things that are heavy on my mind. So I like break it up into small pieces and talk about it to anybody that wants to listen. And it's like, that's really cool. I love it. So it's a new perspective. It's a new perspective, and especially what I've been doing recently with I would say very recently, but also like I would say very recently, which is like adding the like subjects to my streams instead of just naming them like something like well, actually I guess they always did have a subject like the other ones being like 5 years of emotions and like 2 years of or 2 months of counseling was one of them, and like Omori helped me see the truth. Stuff like that. They always did have a narrative, I would say, but it's like specifically now, ever since I started taking my psych classes, it like really opened like a new door to a bunch of new perspectives. It's like, oh shit, like I'm gonna start talking about new things I've never thought about before. Or things that was uncomfortable I didn't want to talk about, or subconsciously I've been dodging forever. Like questions that I've asked in the moments and things I moved past. Like the first stream, well, like of my return, was what happens after depression, and that was something I asked because like it was something I was curious about because it's like 5 years of going through it. It's like, what now? Shit. It's like I've been fighting 5 years and 6 years just to stay afloat in my academics. I graduate, and it's like after then, summer comes around, and it's like even though I was working for my mental health through all of high school, I find out after summer, this is it. Shit, like I have nobody right now that that I'm beefing with, or nobody that I'm bothered by. It's like, dude, I'm on my own in the sense of like everything that's gone on. Now I can start living after like 5 or 6 years of going through it. 5 or 6 years of like shit. Icky depression things, and the anxiety, and like the fear of judgment, the fear of falling, the fear of losing, the fear of losing my humbleness, my creativity, and all that shit. It's like now it's like I don't really fear that much anymore, specifically today. So what happens after depression being the first stream, I felt like it was a really good opener for everything I've been doing recently with the unrealized effects of pessimism, and I forgot the other one, the perception of me from you, which was that was a pretty good stream. I like everybody came back. I cried during that stream, bro, and it's like that was peak. That was like that just gave me more motivation to keep going. Just even that I shedded, like cried, specifically helped me keep going. Because it's like, dude, I don't like, well, when I cry, it's a, like breaking point, or it's like out of pure joy that I haven't felt in a long time. And it's like that happened in the perception of me from you, and finding what makes me me. That stream was peak. And then the other ones that came after it, although they kind of fell apart in the senses of like I lost focus and I kind of just scrapped it, as in like I just ended early. Um, I still think they had interesting premises if they were at the right time. I'm not gonna go back to them because like every entry that I add, the reason I added the slashes was not only inspired by Tyler the Creator, the slashes. Oh, Skilly. Oh, hello. Oh, don't worry, man. Don't worry. Welcome, 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 man. I hope you have a good day. I hope today was good. I don't know what it's like over there, but it's like in Canada today specifically, we had Thanksgiving and it was really good. I'm gonna just say Happy Thanksgiving just in case, but I know it's a later day, I think. But I hope you have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are you're here, and I really do hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are carrying on regardless of anything that's going on. Yeah, real shit. Yeah, the reason besides just Tyler being like a slight inspiration to do the slashes in like the the slash in the title as in the subject of every stream now is also like I like to do it in the sense of two subjects. Oh no, no worries, no worries. Never apologize. Never apologize in these streams. It's like genuinely, never like genuinely, don't apologize because it's like you didn't do anything wrong. Just people knowing people are here gives me like is good enough for me. So it's like if somebody just comes in and say, "Hey, I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna listen," that's fine. No worries, man. It's like the way I see it. It's like even if nobody's here, I will talk most likely, unless I'm having an off day. Um, but even like regardless, it's like just people being here is way more than enough for me, bro. So it's like I do appreciate you guys taking time out of your day because I know you guys got things you might want to do or things that you might want to be or places you might want to be, but of all the places on earth you're here and that's pretty cool. So yeah. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day just to stop by, even if it's for like 10 seconds. That's pretty cool to know that I'm being thought of and like people are like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna go say hi to that guy." That's pretty swag. I like it. But don't worry. But I think, sorry, I don't want to like dodge that. But like I was saying about the journal thing, I do add the slashes now because it's like, oh yeah, I gotta pay this guy money, fucking asshole. Anyways, but I do gotta, like, I gotta keep my mind on task. So the journal thing. The reason I add the slashes is because I like to talk about two subjects, two things specifically, no more, no less. Now, two subjects that are usually tied together, or I would like to say related. Sometimes they're not related. Like another one would be. Sorry, let me turn this down. Turn this down a bit. Although I know the game volume's lower, I genuinely cannot focus with this kick-ass music in the background. I love the Omori OST. It's weird. When I listen to music, I cannot talk. Like when I'm gaming with friends, I cannot listen to music. Or even when I'm with friends, I don't try to listen to music unless it's like we're all on the bus and everybody like lays their head on the window and like we just watch the things go by. That's like the best, the most, not the best, the most I will listen to music with friends is like when we're on the bus and everyone's like just waiting to get there. The loading screen, if you will. So the subjects in every stream, there's two. And I try to create like a couple little bit of like mindsets in the stream titles. It's not like clickbait type shit, but I like to really get people to question why it's named that, or it's like a sense is like one that is that I was thinking about. Like I forgot about it. Then I was thinking about it. I was like, why did I name it that? I was like, oh, that's why. That one was the rainbows we chase and the philosophy of the thorns. That one specifically. I like having two subjects, and I try. And here's the thing. I do. Shit. Why did I do that? Fine. Fine. Okay, I guess you can just take all my money then. But anyways, yeah, I forgot about this part of Amori to be honest. The That's the thing. I like having subjects, but at the most, like the very most of every Amori stream, something I try to do regardless, not only because of the subject matter that is Amori, I do try to offer insight. Insight as in like something that really make you think like, okay. So that's why I'm like not happy. Or it's like, all right. It's like, oh, that's why. Maybe it makes you think. It's like, oh shit. Maybe this guy's right. Maybe like I need to like take time for myself, or something's going on. Maybe I should like think about that. Man, I'm not really feeling the best. Maybe that type shit. Really, just to make you think, as to why I like to do it. Philosophy, I guess. The psychology parts of some parts too is really nice. I'm a huge nut for psychology, yet I can't even get past the whole textbook. So, there's that. I like it though. I really do like psychology so far. I just suck at reading. How do you suck at reading? I do not have the discipline to sit there and read a book. Like I cannot read the whole 3 chapters that I have to read, dude. It's long. It's a long textbook, and that's not my excuse. I'm just lazy. I'm just a lazy ass. I don't see a reason to have excuses or anything, so I'm just being honest with you. I'm just a lazy fuck. Like that's probably the biggest reason. But like I was saying about the whole names and titles, I try to make sure there's always something positive that you can leave with, but I also make sure you kind of think of something and have a hello Mari, have a new perspective. Think about it. To really think about it is my goal when I do this in the stream titles. But also, besides just helping you guys out subconsciously, this is also just me expressing myself, because it's like regardless of any setting, I realize I'm very different. Like with the big three, it's like family, friends, and when I'm alone. Public is another thing. In public is another factor, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But it's like when I'm with my friends, I have a mindset of one thing. Okay, what can I say the most to make them laugh? Okay, what's something I can talk about that will maybe spark up a conversation? Or what is something that I can talk about with my friends right now that maybe is bothering them, and it gives them a chance to talk about it? Or maybe they want to yap about something they just did. That was really cool in the video game. Let's talk about it. What's something I can do just to make their day a little better? Rather be through just hanging out or laughing our asses off, having a good game, or even just fucking being losers together, doing stupid shit. What is something I can do that can like make somebody's day better, just subconsciously? That's what I'm like with my friends. Always these little references I know they know. Like I have 100%, like bet all on black type shit. Know they're gonna laugh at. I know they're gonna find it stupid or goofy. I know they're gonna like enjoy it, or I know they're gonna laugh at it, or they're gonna find it funny. I know it subconsciously because it's like I know my friends, bro. So it's like that's what I'm like with my friends. I'm always thinking about that. But with family, I always think, okay, one, how can I help? Two, let's spend time together. Let's really go do something. Let's get out of here. Let's go see a movie. Something like with family. Also the same way with friends, but with family, it's like I try to bond with my family way more now, because I never really got to bond with my family, I feel, until this year. So, And then, of course, when I'm alone, when there's no factors in between it. When I mean alone, I'm talking physically alone. When I'm alone, I can step away anytime. Nobody's around and nobody can stop me. It's like, I'm just here. So when I do these streams, physically I'm alone. Like physically, there's like you guys are here, but physically I'm alone. And it's like I can just talk about this because it's like I realize, and this really got me thinking, and this was crazy to me. Um, I know so much. I feel I know a lot more about my friends. I'm not just going to assume anything, but this is how I feel. I'm not saying it's true, but this is how I feel and I think. I have a feeling that I feel like a lot of my friends might not know a lot of things about me that they never thought about or never perceived because I never talk about it. It's not that I don't want to, but I realize a lot of my problems are like, not problems. I don't want to say problems or issues, but a lot of the things that happen in my life are like rather things they don't want to talk about. They just want a game, or maybe they're uncomfortable with it, or they just don't know how to respond, and that's cool. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I realize in doing so and having those three factors, four factors, I think. God, I cannot remember. Like those three to four factors. There's some torp. What the fuck? Torp, torp. Some type of shell that I hide in subconsciously. Not like I'm afraid, but it's like there's some small thing that I'm hidden in. I don't want to say mask. It's corny, but I'm gonna say it anyways. There's some small mask, and it's like not much people know really it. I'm not saying like I wear a mask on purpose. I think it's subconscious because I choose not to talk about a lot of my things unless I know I'm like one-on-one with one person or I know they're okay with talking about it 100%. Because I never want to overstep my boundaries and just start dumping everything because that's going to probably bother people and probably push a lot of people away. So I'm not going to do that. But in doing so, I realize it's like it's crazy. Like some of my closest friends that I've had, I made them online. Keep in mind, one of them didn't even know I had a dog. One of them didn't even know I had a brother. One of them didn't even know I had a cat because I never get to talk about them. And I never reached that. No, not much people got to reach that level with me, because nobody asked. I'm not like pushing anything at anyone. I'm not like trying to shit talk here. I'm just being genuine. Not a lot of people asked, and that's okay. I'm not like waiting for anybody to ask. But what I'm trying to say is I talk to more like my friends. I talk to my friends more about them than I do about me, I feel. There's like things that are on the surface level that I don't count, like, oh dude, I found this new game, I found this new song. That's the surface level for me of things I like to talk about. But on a deeper level, family, the past, there's certain things that not much people might not know. Present day things that's going on. It's like, I'm not saying it's a special privilege to hear it, because like, dude, these streams happen and that's because things going on. I just want to talk. But as I realize, the one that can give me that sense of like, I don't know, neutral understanding, common ground, and I think I'm not trying to say it. I don't want to say it. Not that it's bad, but I just don't know how to say it. But it's like I think myself, and I, I can talk to the audience, and I pretend the audience is myself, unironically. Like I pretend that like I feel like this is like once again journaling, but this is also like a sense of like just looking in the mirror and talking to yourself. No one else is around here. I'm just playing a game. I'm just talking. And then as I'm talking, it really sets in. Every word I say sets in. It's like, oh shit, you're so right, bro. You're so right. It's like one part of me is talking and the other one's just listening. It's like my heart and soul are talking and my mind is listening and interpreting everything that I say, which is really cool. And in doing so, it does heal me. Like some days I just like in university I'm tired of shit and it's like shit, I want to go home. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. I'll just make it to the next stream. I'll make it to the next stream, the next journal entry, so I can talk about this. Hopefully people can feel comfort if they're in the same situation, or maybe they need just something to listen to in the background, or they need something from me. Something that, I can give, I guess. I think I have a mindset now that helping people, healthfully now at least, helping people is just who I am. Some people are like, something that bothered me was, I'm going to say this right now, but I'm not going to give too much details because I don't see it as right. One of my best friend's moms actually shit talked me and my family behind my back, and I didn't know that until my friend left his mic on one night and I heard everything go down. Every word she said about me and my family. It hurt. I mean, it's like this is the first lesson in vulnerability that not everybody, you shouldn't open up for everybody. Don't put your heart on the line for everybody, especially people you know you can't trust. That was the big lesson. I walked away and I should have been like upset, even devastated in some sense, because it's like that was somebody I trusted. They gave me sanctuary, but still, beyond a doubt, I didn't. I was just a little hurt. And a lot of people might have acted in anger and started shit talking them behind their back. A lot of people might have fought back and, went straight to their face and called them a bitch and said a lot of bad words about what they said, which, yes, I understand the emotions. I don't justify them, but still, the way I see it, regardless of any senses, even though that did hurt because that was not only that was me, myself, and I they talked about with my problems and used it, put it on a pedestal and kind of ridiculed it, but it was also the people I loved. But the night that happened, I was told a lot of things about myself and the way she perceived me, and it was interesting. She told me I had a gift. She told me I had a gift in healing. In her culture, she sees me, like not specifically like I'm going to join her culture, but in the way she sees me as a really great healer. Just who I am as a person. If I was born into that culture, I would be one of the best healers. Just off of who I am. And I was honored. I was honored. But there was always something in the back burner that I never mentioned to her. Being a healer isn't a role to me, if that's how people perceive me. If people perceive me as a healer, it isn't a role for me that I pick to play. It isn't an act that I choose to play. It's not an act, it's not a role for me. It's who I am. You don't gotta put a title on it, no matter what you say. You could give me the same formula and it would still have the same answer. This is just who I am. I'm not, no matter what you call me, no matter what people say about me in the senses of like how you perceive me, I still see myself as just Trevor. I'm just me. And I appreciate the titles and everything everybody has said about me positively. And I do believe they're all true. I do believe that I do have a gift in this, and I do believe that I've helped people in ways that were astonishing. And I believe I've taken steps that many have not. Maybe many have just, turned and walked away and left people. But I still stayed. I still went back, regardless of any of my things. But it wasn't for good karma. It wasn't to be better than anybody. It wasn't for the sake of being nice. It was for the sake of just being myself, being me. It is who I am. It's like when people say be yourself, there's so many different aspects that you might not think of. And for me, being myself is not playing, but being every part of me that I can. And that is just who I am. I am being myself regardless of anything. And who I am is something that even surprises me. I surprise myself in a lot of things I accomplish. I surprise myself in a lot of things people say about me. I'm surprised by the good karma I have just by being myself. Even though that, she did say some hurtful things, I never once, after that interaction, and I believe not even before, I have never talked shit about her. Even she's my best friend's mom. I would never. Because I would never like that to happen to me. My best friend to talk behind my mom's back. I never did. And I never will. Although they're not on good terms. I love my mother to death, and I can never do that to another mother. So, as far as I see it, even though that happened, even though all of that happened, I still am not going to bite back. The only words I would say to her, and the only reason I would say this to her, is to hopefully offer her a new perspective and hopefully help her grow a little bit, is, you know, although we may be seen as healers, there's one thing about this way that you see us that I feel should be stated. Regardless of any context, regardless of any, history, regardless of personal matters, if you really do see us and yourself as a healer, you should understand that healers don't hurt people. Healers don't hurt people. If that's the way you want to perceive us, healers don't hurt people. If that's the way you want to perceive me, and if you want to put me in the same boat as you, if you want to put me on the same pedestal that you hold yourself up high in, you got to understand everything that you just implied, good and bad. And if you really want to perceive us as a healer, you got to understand the important part, that we don't hurt people, regardless of anything that's been said, regardless of this and that. Healers don't hurt people, if that's really what you want to perceive us as. And that is the only thing I would say to her. Not to hurt, not to be an asshole or a jackass. Just to tell her, to hopefully give her a new perspective that will make her think twice before saying anything. To hopefully make sure she doesn't get bothered or hurt by it in the future. So yeah, that's really how I think about it. But besides that confrontation, I don't hold a grudge against her. I forgive. I accept the apology she wanted to give me, but it doesn't mean I'm going to open up to her again like that. Not out of spite. But I think it's fair. If you've shown you can't be trusted, or you've hurt somebody, or you've hurt myself, of course you're going to lose my trust. This is not a threat. It's just, to be honest, you got to earn it back. And that is everything but fair. It's fair. Sorry. It is fair. No matter what anybody says. No matter how much people may insult you about it. It's your choice to make if you forgive someone. But I recommend you do. Holding grudges and hate has never really made much better. I feel there's like 4, maybe 5 things that can drive you to do things in life. Joy, love, happiness, fear, and anger. Think of the big 5 when you're about to make a decision. Why are you going to make this decision? And are you making it out of joy, love, fear, anger, or I don't think I said it actually, sadness. Sadness, joy, fear, anger, and love. Out of those big 5, which one are you going to make it, how are you going to make that decision? And is it a good decision? Think about that. And ever since I thought about that, thought about the big 5, ever since I thought about it, I've been thinking about a lot of decisions I made in the past, and I'm thinking about a lot of decisions I make now. How much of it was out of all of this? Out of the 5. And I realized fear was the biggest one. A lot of decisions I made were never out of joy, love, wasn't out of sadness or anger. Some of it was love when it comes to friends and family, but when it comes to my personal gain or personal anything with me personally, I did it out of fear. Rather be the anxiety to get seen as this dope weirdo, or the anxiety and that I'm going to fail this, or the fear of failure, or the fear of not amounting to anything that I wanted to be, the fear that I will never be what I intend to be. And I'm going to just share this right now to everybody out here that is listening right now, that who I see myself as in the sense of what I will achieve. I do believe, and this is something, that small factor that has me going regardless. It's like the backup generator of my dreams. I believe where I come from, I will be the change. Regardless of what anyone says, I will be the change. I will be okay. Regardless of what anyone says, I will leave an impact before I leave. When the lights shut off and it is my turn, when the curtains close, when the show is over, I know when I leave, I will leave way more than I will be taking. I highly doubt I would take anything with me when I leave. But I do know one thing. The energy I carry will still admit. I won't reap any of the benefits or anything. I won't achieve anything personally when I'm gone. I just know when I do go, regardless if it's a major worldwide factor or if it's a small community or a small group of friends or my family, I know when I leave, regardless of what anyone says, I will be one of the best. Not to prove anyone wrong, not to do it out of spite, not to do it to be better, to gloat, but I know I will be one of the best. Because of everything I work for towards is only positive, for growth for the next generations, for my kids, for my grandkids, and then so on. Whenever that happens, God. But regardless of any of that happening, when I do go and I leave all of this for the future generations, or when I leave this for the earth, when I leave and I am no longer breathing, at least what I left behind in my, what I call art, in my words, in my philosophy, in my psychology, everything I left behind, I will guide a lot of people. And that is my purpose, that I feel that really helps me move forward. Regardless, I will leave something behind. If I flat out gonna say it, if I die tomorrow, if I die in 70 years, I know I'm gonna leave something behind. I'm gonna leave a legacy. I'm gonna show people the beauty of change, the beauty of growth. Regardless of everything I've gone through, regardless of who I was in the past, regardless of any environment I grew up in, this is what I became. This is what I am. I'm not negative. I haven't turned to any substance to help me deal with anything. I haven't picked up a bottle or a lighter or anything to help me deal with my depression. I asked for guidance. I asked for help. I reached out. And that right there is something I'm hoping a lot of people take after me for. If there's anything I want people to take after me for, it's to reach out instead of reach for a bottle, a screen. I used to spend money when I was depressed, just to feel the thrill of buying, the thrill of spending money. It was the only unhealthy way I've dealt with my depression besides not talking about it back in the day when I first started going through everything. And that took a lot of vulnerability to share. I'm kind of embarrassed of it. All the money I threw away at friends, at silly video games things, nah, man, I gave it away to stupid things. It's like, it's like I could have gave it to like my future. I could have had a hell of a savings if I started saving when I was 12. I could have had a hell of a savings right now that would be helping me in my university. Still, although I do regret it, it doesn't eat me up inside. I hope once it's over, everything, and it's my turn, I do hope. I do. I hope people will take after me and all of my work that I've left behind for positive change and to be the difference. And I hope people strive to do the same. You don't strive to be like another person. Strive to be better. Not for anyone else. Not for money, but strive to be better for yourself. Not to impress a girl, not to impress a guy, not to impress anything in between. Just strive to be better for yourself. Not for your parents, not for your guardians, not for any of you that takes after you. Do it for yourself. I used to strive to be better for my friends. I strive to be better for me now. No ill will behind it. No anger or hate behind when I say that either. I just strive to be better for me. Regardless. And I hope you guys can do the same. That was a hell of a talk. It is 7:32 and we've been streaming for an hour and 7 minutes. I can keep going. What is everyone else up to? Okay, 2 people I don't know. I can assume Marcel is here, and if he is, maybe if I have time, we can play later. But we'll see, because it's like I still might study. I might study Rochacho, because I really need to get on top of my English work. Because regardless if I fail my psych class because of my laziness and lack of desire to get past it, regardless of any of that, I still want to pass my English because you need 2 Englishes for a major. And if I don't go for my psych major now, or if I don't go for any major at this point in time, at least I got my English done. But I'm thinking I might go back to psych and do small things. Like I want a psychology major. I do. Maybe a Bachelor of Science would be amazing. But I think at this point in time, I think I want to get a small little thing, maybe a certificate. Maybe I can get something and be a counselor at one of our schools. Just as a job, but also to help out. Hopefully to help out youngins. And one of my biggest goals is to make sure they enjoy what they have. I wish I got to be a kid more, but I didn't get to, so there's that. And that's okay. It's alright. That's the past. But I do hope everybody's having a good night, a good day. Oh, my dog's in the room. I might make some popcorn soon. More popcorn. I got this salt called Flavacol. Flavicol's the movie salt popcorn they use. It's the salt that they use in movie popcorn, and Flavacol is really good. Only $11 on Amazon. I enjoyed it. I enjoy it. I made a bowl of popcorn for me and my grandpa while we were watching the baseball game. And it was nice. And I can honestly go for some more. But yeah, that's really it. I don't really know what else to talk about. Once again, unfortunately, this stream and the subjects I've chosen for it aren't up to par right now. I have no comments I would like to make on what I wanted to talk about. So right now, this is just talking. There's no underlying factor, I think, right now that I'm thinking of, or at least consciously thinking of, that I want to keep talking about, compared to the other subjects that I covered before. Rather be your perception of me from you, or what makes me me. This stream right now is just talking. If I could rename it, I would, but I don't think I can rename streams while I'm still live. And that's alright. But to all of those that were here before, when I first started Amori streams, we have officially made it back to Deepwell. And for a lot of you, as in probably 4 of you, when I started talking and started doing these talks, it all started in Deepwell. And when I started talking about these things in Deepwell, I realized, oh, is this the part? I realized that was the first time It is the part, guys. Holy shit. To all of you that know this, this is the first time that I'm pretty sure a lot of you came around to my stream. A lot of you that still watch. Discarding the IRL friends that I have, or the friends that I have that know I stream. I'm talking about the community on my YouTube channel. Not saying my friends aren't a part of it, but you know what I'm saying. This is the part, I believe, in Amori that really got me thinking. This is the part of Amori that opened my mind to some things. To some of you, this is the first time that I've talked about these things. The first time you guys ever been to an Amori stream was at this specific tunnel, and when I really did open up about my pain for one of the very first down-to-earth settled times. So, yeah. I need to put a blanket at my door. But, yeah, that's almost been a year, guys. It's almost been a year or two now since I started playing Amori. And with that being said, I have 114 hours in Amori. I don't want to assume, but I think Liam might have more hours than me. I would not be surprised. And it's been a minute since I've been in the Bad Steak Theater. That's okay. But regardless of everything, I've still come back to stream. I still come back to talk to ye. And I still come back to pour my heart out. And I'm still here. So yeah, I think even after a full year, almost a full year, I Could be 2 years. But I think almost after like a whole year of doing these talks, about talking about things that I never wanted to talk about talking about things um, that hurt, about talking about things that made me uncomfortable, about talking about things that might hurt some parties just by it being the truth, just by telling the truth. I've come so far at this point in time. I've come so far that if I was to go back in time right now and look in the mirror, I don't think I would recognize myself. Physically, yes. But right now, mentally, spiritually, I would not recognize myself, who I was a year ago or 2 years ago. I have come so far. And I would like to highlight my growth. Because nobody will. And that's nobody's job to highlight my growth. And I'm not screaming for anyone to do it. I'm not begging for anyone to do it. I'm not hating or fearing nobody will do it. I had taken matters in my own hands. And I realized my fault was relying too heavily. And I apologize for that. But how far I've come is something I've been wanting to cover for the longest time. To finally to be able to wake up in the morning and say, today's another day. The sun might not be out right now, but that's okay. Instead of waking up and thinking, how am I going to get by? It's, let's do this. Really take a moment to look back upon yourself a year ago and see how far you've come, rather be in music taste, gaming taste, food, who you hang out with, who you have with you today, who stands with you. Look how far you've come. Because if you won't acknowledge your growth, then it's going to be a while till it is acknowledged. I've learned from that. With my doubts saying I'm too cocky, with my doubts saying I'm too overconfident, I now realize a lot of things that I was overconfident about, in heavy quotes, a lot of things I thought I was going to get judged about, are healthy. A lot of things I thought people were going to put me down for, it was healthy to acknowledge it and say it. To realize a lot of things. I think under a lot of circumstances, I think the worst thing that anybody that ever, if there was anybody to ever oppose me, I think the worst thing that they wouldn't like me knowing and or finding was my self-worth. So yeah. Anyways, that's really it. That's all I had to say about that. I have some studying to do and it's 8 o'clock. I'm considering ending it here. I might have to go read through a book and watch a movie tomorrow. The movie I'm going to watch is Blade Runner. So, yeah. But still. Oh. Oh, it's the bomb. Gotta love the bomb. But yeah, man. This is the part where we do the puzzles and shit. And it's like, I got nothing really else to say about it. But we clocked in a good hour. And something I realized, just in this very moment, when I went to counseling, I had only 22 hours until I had to get it reinstated by my, or I don't know to say, I say reinstated by my band to pay for it. And I realize every Amori run is 25 hours. Every stream is 2 to 1 hour. Some even 10 hours during that one summer. 10 hours of Amori. But every stream is an hour to 2 hours, which was 1 or 2 counseling sessions for me. It's crazy to think that every stream is just a small journal entry for me. Something people might want to hear and enjoy or get comforted by. And I realize now, every hour is growth. Every hour that I do is meaningful to just more than me. I cannot be more internally grateful. And externally, it's just, I'm grateful. Fuck. People want me. Like, people want me to keep on talking. To know that people like to listen to me. Rather it be the sound of my voice or just the words I say. To get told that what I'm saying matters to more than just me. Or being told that who I am matters more than just me. Is a feeling that I will never get over. It's a feeling that trumps love, bro. I'm talking about romance love, bro. This shit's just feeling loved, I guess I should say. It's a feeling that's like no other. In any context. So yeah, man. That's really all I had to say for now. I can't thank everybody enough for stopping by. Rather be for a minute, the full hour, or a couple of seconds. I hope everybody has a good day, and I will be back eventually when I have more things to cover and more things to share, more things to talk about. These streams are no longer about getting platinum trophy on Amori for me. It's about pouring my heart out for the world to hear. It's about pouring my heart out so people can grow from everything that I say. Sprout new life. That is their perspectives on how to live happier. Personal growth is something that isn't incorporated too much of these streams. I used to think of a mindset of I'm going to talk about this and hopefully people will listen and take something from it. But this stream specifically was me talking about myself. I feel a lot more. I realize how much of an impact I've had on people, and I realize how important I am to not only some people but myself. Everything I stand for, everything that I am, I wouldn't change anything about myself, which is something in today's modern world that might not be present with a lot of people, and that's okay. But I have so much self-love that I realize there's nothing about me that I would change. I did so much more for others, and I've started doing so much more for myself. And that's really all I had to say. Once again, thank you for stopping by, but this is it for now. I don't really got much to say, so... Damn it, I need to put that blanket back under the door. Smoke. That's it. Thank you guys for stopping by. Big love. Keep plugging through. You need to understand that Sometimes you can't give it your all, and that's okay. Regardless of any situation, know your limits. Don't try to excel past them if it hurts you just for others, regardless of status. Live to be the happier you want. If you're happy, if you're surviving, never forget that is thriving. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, afternoon, have a good morning, wherever you're at. Big love.